Aloha and welcome back to Pineapple Top Hawaii. Mahalo for joining us once again for another quick and easy recipe. Today I am making one of my favorite vanilla bean bread pudding. So this bread pudding is my go-to recipe. Super simple and easy, not a lot of ingredients, and comes out great every single time. If you're looking for a creamy custardy bread pudding that is not dried out, this is the one for you. Let's get into it. So measurements for this recipe is super simple. It's going to be 1 can of evaporated milk, 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, and make sure you scrape all the insides of that can. It's going to make it nice, creamy, and sweet. And then you're going to add in 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I just have pink Himalayan salt, so that's what I'm using, but you could totally use table salt. The only thing I wouldn't use a rock salt or a sea salt because that chunks are going to be a little too big. So if you can mash it up a little, that'd be great. You're going to add in 3 eggs. And then you're going to go ahead and mix that together. Just so before you start adding any other liquid, you can kind of break down that condensed milk with the other ingredients. And then from there, we're going to add in some vanilla bean paste. Now, if you have fresh vanilla bean, of course, that would always be best. I bought this little jar of vanilla bean paste from Trader's last time that I went. Super convenient, and it has all the essence and just that vanilla pungent flavor in here. So to me, you can use vanilla extract. Of course, it's going to give you that vanilla flavor, but for some reason the vanilla bean paste really gives it that real flavor because of all those specks inside. But either way, totally great. From there, we're going to add in 2 canfuls of milk. I'm just using my evaporated can and pouring my milk straight in there so I don't need to dirty any more dishes. And we're going to add in 2 cans of that. After that, we're going to add in 1 stick of melted butter that has been cooled down to room temperature because you don't want to scorch anything. And then we're going to give it a stir. And then the last ingredient is going to be 1/4 cup of packed brown sugar. Now that is all for your custard, and you're going to put that on the side while we're going to cut up our bread. For our bread, our go-to is some Punalu'u sweet bread. It's a Portuguese style soft sweet bread that we use. So it does have a little bit of sweetness to it. It does also have a nice buttery flavor, so this is what we're going to go for. Of course, you can use any type of bread that you like. It's up to you if you want to go ahead, cut it, and toast it up so it will soak in the liquid and not fall apart. Or you could use fresh bread, stale bread, whatever bread you want to use. For me, when I make this bread pudding, I just use regular fresh Punalu'u sweet bread just because I like it more soft and custardy. Sometimes when you do toast it up, it does hold the shape a little better and becomes a little more firm. And for this, that's just not what I'm looking for. But if that is what you're looking for, you can go ahead and do that. If you want it a little bit more firm, go ahead and cut up your bread, put it on a baking sheet, and toast it up inside the oven for a little bit to get it a little crispy. It does not need to be brown. You just want to have your bread a little bit more harder or more stale-like. Again, totally up to you. For me, I'm putting the bread straight into our custard mixture, giving it a couple tosses, and then letting it set for at least 10 to 15 minutes so that it can soak up all the liquid. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pour in my bread pudding mixture into my pan. I am bringing it for a potluck, so I am baking it in a foil pan today. It does get a little heavy, so I have a baking sheet under, so it's easier for me to put in and take out of the oven. Once I pour it into the pan, I'm going to go ahead and use my spoon to push the bread around to make sure it's even so it cooks evenly. And then we're going to cover with foil, bake it at 350 degrees for 45 minutes. After the 45 minutes are up, I go ahead and take the foil off and let it bake for 15 more minutes. And then you are totally fine to take it out of the oven as long as your bread pudding is firm. It does puff up a little bit, and then when you take it out of the oven, it will settle back down. This is what it'll be looking like after it comes out of the oven. And then you're going to go ahead and let it cool and serve. It's totally up to you if you want to eat it warm or cold. For this one, I'm going to serve it cold. There's something about that custard bread pudding that's cold reminds me of custard pie, and it's so delicious. So gonna serve it up that way. Again, if you want to eat it warm, totally fine. If not, put it inside your refrigerator and serve it up when ready to eat. Hope you folks enjoyed this video. Let us know if you try it out. Leave us a like, comment, and share. We love to hear you folks' feedback. Mahalo for watching another video, and we will see you on the next. Mahalo.